Keegan, do you have a question? You sure? Okay. So here's the deal. There are special relationships with the angles we talked about yesterday and when we have parallel lines. So today we are going to focus on what is true about our angles when our lines are parallel. Okay. So let's first talk about corresponding angles. Okay. So our corresponding angles theorem says if we have two parallel lines cut by a transversal, then the pairs of corresponding angles are congruent. That's important. If we have parallel lines cut by a transversal, then corresponding angles are congruent. So I'm going to zoom in right here. Okay. And so, Zach, give me a pair of corresponding angles.
1 and 5.
1 and 5 are corresponding. So since line P and line Q are parallel, I know that angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. So if I said angle 1 is 50 degrees, guess what? So is angle 5. As long as P and Q are parallel lines. Okay. Guess what? If we have parallel lines, then any pairs of alternate interior angles are, you guessed it, congruent. We'll get there. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in on this picture. Okay, Rhett, give me a pair of alternate interior angles. 3 and 6. 3 and 6 are alternate interior angles. So as long as we have parallel lines, then we know that these two angles are congruent. So if angle 3 was 70 degrees and these two lines are parallel, then we know angle 6 is also 70 degrees. Okay. I like alternate interior angles because it makes a Z. Z for Zach. 3 and 5. Look at those, right? Yeah. Zach doesn't care. Okay.
It looks like an I than a Z.
I agree.
Oh, that's like a.
Xander starts with a C.
Or an X.
Xander starts with a C.
Oh my brother.
It can be both. I know my
It's a
neighbor.
Z.
My old neighbor has his name's Xander and it starts with a Z.
Okay. Guess what? It has no relevance to today. Here we go. Yes, I can't even remember who asked about alternate exterior angles. That was Keegan. But if we have two parallel lines cut by a transversal, then pairs of alternate exterior angles are congruent. Man, this is fabulous.
They're all the same. Would that be 1 and 8?
Go.
Miss Helen?
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna start my tallies again.
You did tallies the other day?
Wait.
It keeps you after the bell.
She did this yesterday too.
Yes. If your name gets put up there or your table group gets put up there and you get tally marks, you stay after the bell. However long the tallies tell me. Drew, what angle pair did you ask about? 1 and 8 are alternate exterior, which means in this picture, since lines P and Q are congruent, those measures would be the same, okay? So if angle 1 was 100 degrees, then angle 8 is also 100 degrees, okay? Okay, go ahead and turn the page. What pair haven't we talked about?
Adjacent angles.
Consecutive interior angles. And they're the oddballs. They're the oddballs because if we have two parallel lines cut by a transversal, then pairs of consecutive interior angles are supplementary. So here's the deal. I appreciate that you're trying to quiet them, but you're being really loud.
Not that I care if they're talking. I'm sorry.
Okay. So consecutive interior angles are supplementary. Okay. So if I zoom in here, Harper, give me a pair of consecutive interior angles.
2 and 4.
I disagree.
Wow.
So interior, hold on. So I agree that 4 is interior.
Oh.
6 and 4. Okay, Dalton, you will stay after. That is not how we behave in this class. If somebody gets a wrong answer, it is totally fine. Don't apologize to me. Who should you be apologizing to?
Sorry, Harper.
Okay, we do not point at people and laugh. Joking or not. 4 and 6 are consecutive interior angles. They are supplementary. Okay, now I have a question, Bryce. 4 is also supplementary to which angle? Like they add to 180. 2. 2 and 4 form a linear pair. 3 and 4 form a linear pair. They're also supplementary.
Oh, 1. No.
1 and 4 are what we would consider what kind of angles? Vertical. 1 and 4 are congruent because they're vertical. Oh my goodness, we have like so many relationships to talk about here. So, yeah. Okay, there's a question that I can't really hear right now. Hold on. Are 1 and 8, you say 1 and 8? Well, I would not consider them vertical. I would consider them congruent because they are alternate exterior angles. Okay? Please do not work ahead of me on this yellow sheet. We're gonna go through a couple pictures together.
Miss Hellman, we literally spent like a month on this.
What? You're gonna take them from me?
So I'm just saying.
No.
Oh, sorry, I dropped it. Oh, I guess you better get this one.
I really appreciate how quiet my yellow table is being right now. Yeah, the teal table is going strong also, okay?
Your bucket, Drew.
Okay, so let's look at this first picture. Okay, so it says that the measure of angle 1 is 65 degrees. So I'm gonna write that it's 65 degrees. Okay. Example 1.
I know, I don't see it. Oh, on the yellow sheet. I was still looking at my journal.
Paxton, please tell me another angle that is also 65 degrees. Angle 3 is 65 degrees, and how do you know that? Okay. Stella, what is another measure that is 65 degrees? Okay, and what's the relationship to angle 1? Did abbreviate int for alternate. Oh, you said exterior though. Next for alternate X. Are we okay with that? All right. Adri, what's another 65-degree angle? 5 is also 65 degrees. And what's the relationship with angle 1? Yes, it's a corresponding angle to angle 1. Okay. All right, so now, do we have any other 65-degree angles? Just don't say anything, just use your head, yes or no. Do we have any other 65-degree angles? We don't. Okay, so Jake, what's the measure of angle 2? Okay, and how do we know that? Okay. So angle 2 is a linear pair with angle 1, so we know that they're supplementary. Okay. Gavin. The measure of angle 4 is? And how do we know that? So there's 2 different things we could say about it. That's not one of them. With the information that we have, we can either relate it to 1 or we can relate it to 2. Which one would you like?
2.
Okay, what's its relationship with 2? So it's a vertical angle to angle 2. Okay. Or you can say that it's a linear pair with 1. Either is fine. Okay. Carson, the measure of angle 6 is what? Okay, what's a reason that we would know that? So it's an alternate interior angle to angle 4. You could also say that it is corresponding with 2. You could also say that it is a linear pair with 5. Oh my goodness. Do you see how all of this is going to fit together? Okay. The measure of angle 8 is 115 degrees. You could almost use anything as, not almost anything. There are a lot of different reasons you could write for this. You could say that it is the alternate exterior angle to 2. You could say that it is a vertical angle to 6. You could say that it's a linear pair with 5 or 7. You could say that it's corresponding to angle 8. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to fill out the measures in example 2, but please don't worry about the reasons. Just fill in the measures. Okay. But what I want you to do is when you fill in a measure, tell your elbow partner how you got it. I was just trying to see.
Also 6 and 8.
Corresponding would be 142 because it's a corresponding.
We did that. Oh.
Will you keep doing that?
I wasn't even here yesterday.
How do you know there's a pencil there yesterday?
And I did. How did I know? What?
I think you did.
They watched the video and heard us talk about it. Yeah, I watched the video.
Yeah. Aiden is like.
I watched
That's really annoying.
Didn't Ben say the pencil?
Yeah, Ben was my helper yesterday.
Good job, Ben.
Okay, if the measure of angle 6 is 142. Colton, what is the measure of angle 1? Dalton, the measure of angle 2.
What?
What's the measure of angle 2?
38.
Cohen, the measure of angle 3. Drew, the measure of angle 4. Jack, the measure of angle 5. Riley, the measure of angle 7. Serena, the measure of angle 8.
Are these proofs?
These are not proofs.
What?
Ah.
I got a hard question.
So I thought that you would maybe appreciate using some algebra. So like, let's say, this is a picture that you have. So some of you already closed your notes, which whatever, you can write this on the back of your yellow or right here where I am. Okay. So let's say that this is your picture and you have this. And I said, find X. Right, what do we do? Brace. And Sophia, he is setting them equal because. Sophia,
Well, she.
I know, I'm letting her, she wants to use your voice. Because we have parallel lines, our alternate exterior angles are congruent. Okay. Yeah, solve.
Do you have any tissues?
Tissues? Yep, back there. Are you getting X equals 3?
Yes.
Okay.